Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader, here with your Monday morning pre-market webcast. So, anybody want to complain about a low volatility environment in the markets? Anybody? No? We okay? All right. I mean, 3 weeks ago, you guys were begging me for a low volatility trading webinar. All I had to do was do the webinar. Tony Rago and I talked. He said, we do this webinar, the tape is going to wake up in a big way. And it did. So where are we at? So you had this big day, up day. We went down on news, rightly, wrongly, we went down on news and it was rejected. I said at the time to my subscribers, we were long in the morning. We got short because it broke through some key levels for us. And we were short for literally a minute before the bottom dropped out. So I take no credit for calling a gigantic move down in the market or whatever. It broke one of our levels. We got short, and I didn't think it was going to do that, and neither did anybody else. Once it got back over 26.25 though, and secured that as well as the monthly pivot down at 18 as support, we got long. And I mentioned to everybody, I said we're going to be laughing here not too long from now as we go up and trade to new all-time highs I don't think we're done, because if you were looking for fuel, if you're looking for a refueling station to get you up to 2,700, going back to 2605 and then completely rejecting it and then gapping up is a way, is certainly a way to do that. We've now been in the channel now for going on 5 days. That's about the longest I've seen. And I've been doing this a while. Not as long as some other people, but I've been doing this a long time, and I haven't seen 5 days in the channel. That yellow line there, the second standard deviation upper band needs to come back to price. Doesn't mean that price is going to come down. It can happen as a function of time, not necessarily as a function of price. So are we going to get some give back this week? I don't know, but we may get some. There's a point where this market's going to churn. I think it'll churn in a wide range. I think it'll churn in a 8 to 12, 13, 14 handle daily range. And then it can decide if it wants to pull back a little bit or if it wants to continue upward. We closed out of everything Friday afternoon. At least I did. I know some people in the room kept their runners. If you did, hey, you woke, you came, you took a break from the football game on Saturday for a nice little gap up. So the Bears this week, it's very difficult to say that they are relevant for anything more than a trade until they can take out the weekly pivot and hold it as resistance down at 26.3258. So we talked Friday. We said the Bears need below yesterday's low. Well, they certainly did that. It rejected down here at S2. Bulls needed a higher high. They didn't achieve that on Friday, but they achieved it Sunday night. You got the daily pivot and the weekly pivot locked up down there at 32 and change. That would be quite a stretch to get that done today, absent some kind of news. And, we're in a very news-rich environment, so I'm not going to say, never say never in this kind of tape. The important thing is, especially if you had a really good week last week, a really good day for Thursday, Friday like we did, it's time to get a little bit picky with regard to the setups that you're taking. Unless this ends up being just another crazy volatility day, then you really need to think long and hard about the setups that you're taking. Don't overtrade this stuff. Don't revenge trade it. Don't try to recreate the wheel from Friday. Don't try to turn today into Friday if today doesn't want to be Friday. The chances of today wanting to be Friday are very, very remote. Considering the volatility days we got Thursday and Friday, the market needs to kind of go sit on the bench over there and rest for a minute. And that may lend itself to a Monday, not unlike last Monday, which is a very lazy, inside type day. It was a holiday Monday trade. So I'm going to wait for this thing to open up at 9:30. We are flat as far as the room goes. We tried a short last night. We got a little profits and we got stopped out. But the reality of last night was it could never get below VWAP. And if it couldn't get below VWAP, then I didn't want to be short anymore, which was good because then we hopped up and we hopped back up into those 60s. So again, don't overtrade. Don't personally turn this into the most exciting day in the market if it doesn't want to be the most exciting day in the market. At some point this week, I think we get a little bit of churn to downward give back. just to get price back within those Bollinger Bands. But there's nothing sustainable to the downside as long as we continue to trade above weekly pivot, hourly midband, and everything else. If the bears want legitimacy in this market, they need to take out some of these areas and hold them for longer than literally 10 or 15 minutes. All right, everybody have a fantastic day. I'll be out with a midday update. We'll do a wrap up today. If you want to trade this stuff firsthand, if you want me talking in your ear all day, come check us out. I would love to meet you. Trade them well. Talk to you then. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.